Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of the Toxic Happy Hour party, dare I say, with your hosts, Pubby and Danish. And we're toxic towards scams that delay the adoption of sound money. Everyone should be. I don't know why they're not, but I guess things take time. Poppy, welcome to the show today, my dear co-host. What are you drinking today?
Oh, something simple, actually. You know, I like my IPAs, but this one's from Sierra Nevada. It's the torpedo version of their IPA. The Sierra Nevada Pale Ale is quite nice. No complaints. But yeah, I'm laughing because,
you should laugh at me, actually. You should laugh at me right now.
Yeah, the professional decorum we bring is literally non-existent. Yeah, we just had a few technical difficulties coming in line. So we're good.
Yeah, and that gives me a chance to shill the amazing show we have lined up tomorrow with an amazing guest, Mark Moss, 11 a.m. Cali time, 2 p.m. Florida time, East Coast time, something like that.
Yeah, roughly.
Because as we wanted to go live quickly and do half an hour with you guys to discuss whatever comes to mind about Bitcoin, I accidentally here in Restream, which I'm still learning as software, went live with the Mark Moss, whole setup and scheduling. But yeah, so that was the 22nd show, and here we are. So enough about that. Apologies for the technicalities. I never claimed to be technical when it came to computers. It's all about the content, baby. But Poppy, so let's first embarrass you with the comment you have on Zynga's $750 million convertible note that people are saying potentially could go to Bitcoin.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I was seeing. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, as we say in my business, throw the grenade into the room and then shut the door. Then you see what happens. Look, man, within a few days, I had never heard of what a senior convertible note ever was. And now you're telling me another company's coming out after one puts, Michael Saylor puts in what started at 400 million is now 650. Another gamer company comes out and says, "Oh, by the way, we're going to do $750 million of this convertible, senior note." Like what the actual fuck?
So, all right. So based on what you just admitted, but based on what you just said about, you're not understanding this convertible note, then I will not embarrass you anyway, because that, you shouldn't kick a guy, lying on the floor there. But what I will say is, so yeah, okay, you're not, very down with the financial world. You're also not very technical, but what can you do, Puppy? What are you good at?
So listen,
I know.
I did
the Pub Empire, obviously.
Wait, so listen, what I did realize, do a little research on my own. That's called a senior convertible note because of it's due in 5 years, which is brilliant. I mean, from a microtransaction, that's just 1 year past the halving. How brilliant is that? He'll be at the top anyway. So now, yeah, I do my research. Look, I bring sometimes the pub atmosphere and other insights. I actually read the books. Yeah. I learned a few things.
Listen, the only reason I spoke about embarrassing you is because I wanted to take focus away from my monster mess up here in the beginning. So don't think I'm at all trying to call you out. Well, I'm just bringing the banter from our Twitter a DM chat where we're giving each other a hard time whenever possible, even mostly, of course, when it's not deserved. Anyway, so regarding this Zynga,
No, so yeah. Look, it's too close to coincidence for me. A company that no one in the world knows about senior convertible notes, and all of a sudden, within a week, you get a company doing the same thing.
Okay, so what I believe it is, and again, so now I'm also exposing my own 100% understanding of that part of the financial world. Um, that is a convertible note is kind of a company bond where the company borrows fiat currency from the buyers of the bonds. It has an
Yeah.
interest rate on it. They'll try and get as good a price on it as possible. And I
Yeah.
think, the reason it's called convertible is, in case we don't pay back, then you get stock in the company instead at set price, set amount of stocks. But so what I will say regarding this Zynga whatever story is, sure, MicroStrategy just came out with 700 and with 650, and
Yep.
they chose to buy Bitcoin, but we don't know anything about whether Zynga wants to buy Bitcoin. The
Right.
things that, I mean, Tesla came out, they just raised, I think, 5 billion, I think it was last week, all right? And Tesla's not buying Bitcoin. So, just because companies raise money, we don't know that they're buying Bitcoin. And
No.
Tesla obviously they needed to build, factories that happen to be, that can build Cybertrucks, Model 3s, Model Ys, etc. Like it takes 11 months from when they start the first, digging in the ground to like actual cars are rolling out. And I can't personally wait for that Cybertruck. Hey, it's bulletproof. That's
Yeah.
what every toxic should have a bulletproof Cybertruck, 3-engine. Anyway, tri-motor, I think they call it. But so what I will say in favor of it potentially going to Bitcoin is that Zynga has previously been doing some investigation into potentially putting Bitcoin into their games. There's game currencies, and
Yeah.
that's I mean, and that's the reason in the first place when I was reading an article about Bitcoin way back and could have been in a totally other position than I am today. July 2011, I read the article about Bitcoin, or heard about Bitcoin for the first time. I read a newspaper article. They were talking about this new type of money, and the way it was described with miners, I'm like, what is this, World of Warcraft? There's no mining going on, on the internet. That's in games. So I thought it was games. And that has totally killed me, obviously, financially, if I had paid attention back then. But I keep talking, and I feel that it would be a good idea to give you back the word, Pubby, because you say a lot of like reasonably smart, at least entertaining things. I'm just kidding.
Hey, like I say, man, I mean, I know some of the technical stuff, but I can also look from the outside looking in. Why in the hell would they ever say they're going to buy Bitcoin? If they're a proper company, you know what you do? You don't let anyone know. You want to keep that price down as much as possible. Why in the
That's
world would
true.
it? Why would they say it? But do you know? I don't even know. Are they publicly traded or a private company? I
Yeah.
don't know.
That's a great question. That's something like we could have researched during 10 seconds before going live. But
Oh,
because no,
yeah,
no, no, I'm not blaming you here, because our target and mission always is to go live, and then
yeah.
the conversation and the questions we share them with each other. That's the whole thing we're doing with Toxic Happy Hour.
Oh,
We
yeah.
have, asking each other questions, like trying to find out what's going on.
Well,
And so honestly, I don't know. I would guess that they are a publicly traded company.
well, what the hell's our chat room doing right now? That's their whole job, isn't it? To do research, development.
Uh,
So,
well, no, Greg has done a lot of research. For instance, he did listen to me, and he's saying, Anders. Well, okay, that's not so nice. We'll go to the next one. So he's saying, he's talking about me. Is he calling it singer? Greg is making, rightfully so, jokes with my deep, heavy North European accent.
that's a
Something
hate crime.
German.
That's
It's not.
listen, that's a hate crime, and we don't stand for that kind of thing on this show, Greg.
But when it comes from Greggy, it's just so cute. Yeah, as he's saying, I don't. Oh yeah, that's on your side of the screen now. It says right there. Greggy says, "I can't understand the guy in the hat," and I honestly, I can't. I can't blame you. But so back to topic at hand. Look, Tesla could have bought $5 billion worth of Bitcoin. They didn't. Zynga, they may do it, at least if they talked about Bitcoin. But Elon Musk
Yeah,
also talked about Bitcoin. So right now, I wouldn't say it's a nothing burger, but may become a story. In my opinion, it's not really a story yet. Would be
yeah.
great. Don't get me wrong. I would love if the dominoes are falling already now. I just feel that companies starting to copy MicroStrategy this fast after he did,
Yeah.
and and matching that expanding.
Yeah.
I cannot be so optimistic, even though I am a born like super optimist. I can't believe that will be happening already now. Like, and that's what I'm expecting. In 1 year from now, 2021 sometime.
So let me tell you something that's interesting to me. Because as you know, I started near the all-time high. I've been in this space for a while. What is really interesting, and no one's really brought this up, well, I haven't heard it yet, about Michael Saylor and his company, is he has a fiduciary responsibility to announce his buys. Okay. This isn't someone where you're guessing if a company or someone that has all this money is buying in. That dude comes out and says, this is what I'm buying. I have to announce I'm buying this because guess what? I'm reporting it to someone. So when he does that, it lends so much credibility. It lends so much credibility to any company, any person has money that says, oh yeah, we're thinking about buying. No, listen, dude. When he comes out and says it, it's game on.
Right. Absolutely. Is that Corey we have in the chat room there? Is that actually Corey?
Oh, I don't know.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, Corey, right now I'm at coffee, and I guess I didn't finish my third coffee, and that's why we went live with technical difficulties. Shout out to Corey for building Swan with an amazing team, because that is. So let me say this. Let me share this with you, Pubby, and we can always go back and talk about the Nothing Burger Zynga story.
Sure.
But so even though I'm an advisor at Swan, and so anyone telling me they want a DCA, there's no better place in US than Swan, right?
Yeah.
But people who said they wanted to go, they wanted to put down a big purchase right now. I have been saying, check out the other exchanges that there are, because the fee there it is lower. I've been sending people to Kraken, but I have got totally honestly, I've got nothing but bad feedback on people trying to set up one of those like let's call it normal exchange accounts. Like Kraken specifically on usability, it was just like too difficult. It took like 2 weeks to wire the money, whatever. So today, I tell anyone if they want to do one-time buy, a big amount, which has been possible on Swan the whole time in terms of like there's a workaround for it. Now it's actually been launched as a possibility, like a smash buy. But for the fact of the usability of Swan, the dedication to education of Bitcoin maximalists, and good knowledge about Bitcoin, and recommended self-storage. Like what they're saying, withdraw your keys and self-store it, and they educate you on how to do it. And just look at Swan Signal and Bitcoin TV, how much good stuff is coming out there. And Corey, I'm not trying to pat your back or anything here. I'm just saying it like I call it. So now I send, for all purposes, anyone in US, I tell them to go to Swan and buy, because it's just I don't care if the fee is 0.15%, 0.25%, or 90.99%. You need a good product. So enough said about Swan there. That was enough shilling. Corey, next time you can send me over a bottle of Kentucky apple juice as a shout out back there. I'll be much appreciated here in Toxic Happy Hour. I'm kidding. Let's give you a chance to actually say something, Puppy, here, so I can stop my my shameless shilling.
Yeah, as we call it, the verbal diarrhea. You're really good at it.
I am. Like, are there anyone better? Like, there's a few things where I consider myself a world champion. I think that's one of them.
No, so I would say, yeah, in the U.S., of course, you have Swan Bitcoin. I know in the UK for stacking, and fuck, I get no money for it. You know what I get? You know what I get to do in this space? I lose money. I lose money because I give out 1 million sats to memers, which I did yesterday, which is great. But I would say in Australia, Bitaroo is a good exchange, and I believe, let's see, CoinFloor is the one in the UK. So CoinFloor, Bitaroo, you guys get a free shout out to both of our viewers. on this show.
You know what, Puppy? You know what we're doing wrong here? We do
Yes,
so
a
much
lot.
unpaid product placement. A lot. We do a lot. We do so much unpaid product placements. Like, that's a lost opportunity. We could be drinking free beer on every single show if we started converting our 10 accumulated total views on our videos. Don't you think we could get like a beer once a year for those 10 views per show?
Oh, yeah, I'd hope so. At least.
Um, And so Grassmaster's asking Corey, do you think you could beat Ragnar in a boxing match? I'd love to see that. And as Corey rightfully says, not if he brings guns. Yes, if you bring guns to a boxing match, you do have an unfair advantage. All right, but back to Zynga. So I think it. It's we don't know anything positive yet about it. So getting bullish on that is not the right reason to get bullish. Getting bullish is the lack of supply.
Listen, it's bullish to me. We just had Mass Mutual come out with what, 100 million, 600, whatever they're putting out. All these companies are coming out with massive buys, and we have, like you say, we have Mark Moss on tomorrow, and I'm always interested. They're looking at the store value. This store value is what's going to drive this thing. Thank you, COVID-19, for exacerbating the problem. But you talk about the printers going nuts, going burr. There's nothing. What else are they going to do? Austerity measures? No. All they can do is print. They can only print.
Yeah. So if I may expand on that, I totally agree. They have put themselves, the people in power have put themselves in a position where doing the right thing, which is austerity, not taking on more debt that you can handle, not to kill your currency, because that will, at this pace that they're diluting it, it will die. Fiat currency is going to die. So they can't do the right thing now. They painted themselves in a corner, because if they do the right thing, it will be their name in history, crashing the economy. They would rather be, let's later claim it was COVID or something else that caused, the currency to fall apart. Nobody want to go in and be responsible for something that would be bigger than the Great Depression, or at least, comparable. So there's no choice. They got to print money. They got to kill the currency. Otherwise, they will be the bad guys. They are the bad guys, but they don't want to be known to be the bad guys, which, you can't blame them for.
I called this thing a scam back in March. I can go back and find the tweet that this was the beginning of the Great Reset, and this is what you're seeing. This is what you're seeing, this Great Reset. Even stupid stuff. I tried to bring up a bit with Jeff Booth. I don't know how it is in Cali there. Do you see signs where, we're having a federal shortage of money? There's a federal shortage of cash and dollars? Because I've seen it in many places.
Where? What do you mean, in U.S. or?
Yeah, in the U.S. Yeah, we have a federal shortage, no cash accepted, which to me, and the reason I talk about it is, is prepping people down the road. And we'll talk about this, I know, more at length tomorrow, of the what do you call it, the CBDCs, where you have everything is digital. Wait till all the cash is digital.
You mean the central CB?
Yeah, the central bank digital currency.
The central bank digital currencies. Yeah,
because they're prepping you now. This is where the mind stuff comes in. They're prepping you now for CBDCs. So get ready for that.
Right. Yeah, no, that's coming, but it's wonderful because it is just old wine on new bottles. We have that saying in English as well, right? Or did I bring that? Did I import it from my home country? Old wine on new bottles is nothing different. The reason you have a blockchain is so you have immutable, transactions that you can't change. Putting the dollar on a blockchain that they can expand the money supply on, and they can freeze your transactions, it takes away everything good about Bitcoin. Anything good about Bitcoin, and there are many things, are removed when you introduce a central bank digital currency. The only thing that is different maybe is that now you can move your central bank digital currency faster. between countries. You can, I guess, make instant transactions. So I don't have to maybe wait 3 days to receive client payments from Europe. I also, I don't have to pay $15 to receive a client payment, even though the client payment maybe is $300. But a phenomenal thing I'll say about central bank digital currencies is that it's going to be such an easy on-ramp to Bitcoin. All of a sudden, you have all you need is some exchange out there that's random, that can't be approved or disapproved by the government, that can just help you exchange your central bank digital currency to straight over to Bitcoin.
Okay, so you got to help me out on this one, because personally, sometimes you'd like to take out some cash to pay for things. Okay, so here's my question: with the CBDC, the problem is they can directly remove anything from your account. Oh, you have this much left? You have to spend it by this particular date. You must get rid of it from your account, because they want all that money in the economy.
Yeah, they can run their imagine, but it's so beautiful. It's like poetry, because it's going to be, hopefully for everyone, so obvious how insanely stupid a central bank digital currency is. Because imagine they want to run at negative interest rates on your central bank currency, on your dollar. They want to, so they say, you may have 100 Fitcoins here now, but you're gonna have 99 1 year from now, because we want you to spend it. Well, guess what? It's going to be super easy for people. Sorry for stealing your line. Guess what? But it's going to be super easy for people to convert it to Bitcoin. Much easier today, where banks are like, no, we don't want to, we don't like you to deal with Bitcoin, etc. We can't approve that, blah, blah, blah. I just want to let Corey know, in case he's still around, that Plan Marcus actually is a sock puppet account for Plan B. And he found the red balloon in the chat, which has saved the show once again. And back to you, Pubby.
No, listen, what I'm laughing at when it comes to things, the big arguments right now, when I first started, was Bitcoin versus everything else. To me, it was always Bitcoin versus, when I started, I didn't know the damn difference between Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin. But you find out early on, it's Bitcoin, and the rest is actually pure shit. It's just absolute pure crap. And as I say it now,
scaring all Paul now.
That's okay. That's okay. He likes my memes, so we're good.
Yep.
He likes my memes. He doesn't see it yet. He will eventually. Well, I hope he does. But it comes down to it. Even when you go to these tokens, every country has their own digital currency. They can create 1,000 of them. Guess what? There's only one Bitcoin, man. At the end of the day, they can create as many as they want. There's only one Bitcoin now. There's only one store of value. And that's what I love about it.
Yeah. Absolutely. Amen. What else? What else is going on? So are we done with Zynga now? Are we done with the Nothing Burger? That may end out to be a huge deal. If they buy Bitcoin for even like 600 million of that, it's a huge deal, because the dominoes are falling faster than we could even hope for. But what else is going on?
No, I will say this, man. That's why I was curious earlier, because this news just dropped like within an hour or two ago. That's why I was asking if they're a publicly traded company or not. Because if they're public, of course they got to announce it. But what I'm finding is that there's so many private companies that are behind the scenes just buying the hell out of Bitcoin right now.
Right.
Yeah. Get out of the chat room for a bit, man. It's all right. They'll be there.
Should I get out of it? Okay, I'll get out of it.
Yeah, get out of it, man.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I'll start listening to what you say, which I'm supposed to.
Yeah, no shit.
Pubby, I know you bring the gold. I know I can leave you with a word. I don't need to check it to see whether I should censor you or anything. I can leave you with a show and you carry it, so I can check out the chat. But no, I'm listening. I'm listening to you. It's bullish. Pretty much everything is bullish for Bitcoin. Honestly, imagine the last time the world saw a new money arrive and start being used as money compared to the previous one. It was before the Roman Empire. It was before there was even a village, the place where Rome is today. It's 3,000
Well,
years ago, you know?
we, even more so. It's not that it's a new money. It's the greatest money that can ever be invented. The hardest, I mean, it's on par with time as far as scarcity. Actually, I would posit that it's more scarce than time. So it's not only a
That,
transition.
thank you for agreeing with what I said on the show with Gigi, but thank you. Carry
Yeah,
on.
no, of course, man. Hey, listen, even a broken clock is correct twice a day.
Right. I'm kidding. I'm
That's
kidding. So
no.
Labrador has announced himself as a bear in the chat. He thinks that $2 million per Bitcoin, which I'm pretty sure he means it doesn't look crazy anymore.
Yeah.
That is bearish. You got to kick him from our private chat room. You know, whoa, it's going to be 2 million maybe. Yeah, it's going to infinity, dude.
Well,
Did I lose you?
so you know, it's hard to hear. We've talked about this. Yeah, going to infinity is one thing. It's a crossover point. There's infinity in dollars, and then a crossover point of infinity in purchasing power. You see, so I'm and that's another one. I love when we have any guests on the show. One, I can't believe they're there. Two,
Me neither.
when I love that question is, when do you stop valuing it in dollars and you value it as far as what you can buy? And to me, this is the escape velocity one. I think Mark Moss
Yeah.
tomorrow may be on our side. This could be the escape velocity.
Well, he's a smart guy, so I'm sure he agrees with us, right?
Well,
I'm
with me,
kidding. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, whatever. But yes, and that's the difference between you and I, Puppy, because as I explained to you earlier, I already use Bitcoin as my unit of account. That's why I don't own anything today.
yeah,
Everything, because I find everything to be expensive when I measure it in Bitcoin. You remember I told you about the car that I would love to buy, but it was 1.5 Bitcoin. And when I told myself 1.5 Bitcoin, and this is going to the millions, how can I buy a car for 1.5 Bitcoin? That's why I have no assets except the one and only true asset that is not going to, by the way, be wiped out when Bitcoin takes over from dollar, and we no longer can have the current artificial near 0% interest rate, which is the only thing that is keeping assets up. It's pumping stocks, it's pumping real estate. Once we get real money, sound money out of the hands of government and central banks, and we have an market, free market interest rate, all those things that currently are kept up by the artificial low interest rate are going to come down to whatever level is natural for them, and that is like 80% lower where it is now.
So, question for you about, you're talking about buying assets or not owning assets, but at the time, listen, owning a home, owning certain things that you could leverage to buy more Bitcoin, that's not bad sometimes to have a little bit of an asset, is it?
So I get it. If you have, like, say, let's say you have 50% mortgage in your house, and you can get another mortgage loan on another 30% and buy Bitcoin for that,
Yeah.
out of the 50% equity that you have in it. What
Yeah.
I'll say is, well, if you sell the house, you have 50%, the entire equity that you can convert to Bitcoin. But I get it. It's cute. Your little bear. It's cute. Love
Oh,
it.
hey, have fun staying poor, motherfucker. Have fun staying poor.
No, I'm not. I'm not the one buying crypto, Puppy.
Crypto. Listen. XRP is going to moon. Going to moon. Absolutely.
Don't even say, because some people might be new to the stream and they think you mean it. Um, um,
Hey, Ripple forever.
Public service announced. Yeah. Oh, that
Yeah.
look. But what I'm glad is that, Puppy, this will be caught into little pieces of video, and
Oh
then it'll
yeah.
be running. So careful, because it's been done before when you use the word crypto and blockchain. But here's a great question. Because there's nothing great really coming from Greg in the chat today, but yeah,
Yeah.
whatever. So BTC onboarding sats is saying, anyone else here thinking about starting a speculative attack? What's your take? So here, I'm pretty sure that what BTC onboarding sats means is, well, a speculative attack on the dollar. And as I see it, this question can be one or two things. It can either be, you personally taking on fiat debt to buy Bitcoin. That is a speculative attack on a smaller scale. The other way you could look at this question is, when will enough large fiat currency holders start speculative attack? And here I'm talking about Michael Saylor, from CEO and founder of MicroStrategy, who is doing on another level type of speculative attack on the dollar. That's what's interesting. That's going to happen. It's a matter of time.
Listen, I would call, I would consider Michael Saylor, like right now, what a baller, dude. $1 billion. It's funny, when he had that last one, he took out the senior notes. He was going to do it for 400 million. And I was doing the math, just napkin math on this. Like, oh, that's like 870 billion or close. He comes out later and says, oh, did I say 400 million? I meant 675, because that put him over the billion a year. So I know he went back. I think he went back and said, "Fuck it, I'm going in for $1 billion this year." So, and to me, that's immediate. He's Giga Chad. His place is secured in Bitcoin lore and history. But let me tell you something. Going forward, you ain't seen nothing yet as far as the money that can come in. So I would put a medium, speculative. People they're running the numbers, but most corporations, the bureaucracies, are so jacked right now, they can't buy Bitcoin. They can't, because the boards don't get it yet. No one's agreeing. He's the first one to finally understand it.
Mm-hmm. He is. And to be honest, so I don't know if you recall, but previously I've been saying, look, hyper-Bitcoinization, which is the opposite side of the coin of hyperinflation, basically the collapse of, US dollar and other fiat currencies around the world. I have been claiming for years now that that I think that will happen once Bitcoin is big enough in terms of percentage of global money market cap, like once it goes 30-40%, because it will have a negative impact on the perceived value of fiat currencies, and companies will it will create inflation, because a company, if you want to accept fiat, you want more of it because it's just so much of it compared to the Bitcoin and the value of Bitcoin. But what I'm thinking now, thanks to this talk we're having now, actually, about Zynga, is if we start seeing companies that on a weekly or even like close to weekly basis doing a Michael Saylor raising 650 million to throw it in, really as a speculative attack against the dollar, that's the kind of, then you start seeing the kind of adoption speed on a corporate level that I think it's going to be very hard to not go full moon, full Mars, intergalactic, interstellar, intergalactic on Bitcoin.
Yeah, so I was listening to Mark Moss on a different show, talking about the speed at what, and I think he tweeted about it. He's talking about it's the speed at which the U.S. dollar is truly falling that will change things. So, yeah, moving forward, damn, you get a company like Zynga, and let's be honest, Anders, did they have any reason at all to mention that they just purchased $750 million?
Yes.
Or convert? Did they have any reason at all to announce that?
If you are a public company,
that goes back to my question. I said,
and nobody researched it. Like, no one did the work that was our work for us and told us in the chat whether Zynga is a public company or not.
Well,
clearly, people take this show as about as serious as you and I.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Well, so that's the point. So here's the thing: if they're coming out and saying at $750 million, we're offering these senior convertible notes, doesn't that maybe imply that they're a publicly traded company?
Sorry, sorry,
Yeah,
I was looking at the track. My
yeah, I
apologies,
know.
because what you say is gold. I'm back. I'm focused. You're the only one for me, Pubby, right there. I got you.
Jeez, here we go. So listen, the fact that Zynga comes out to announce publicly that they're having $750 million, they're going to put out in senior
They
convertible notes. Okay,
they got, yeah.
that either they're stupid as a private company to do that,
No, not really. I mean,
or they're a public company. No other
no.
company who announces that kind of thing.
Well, basically, I'm sorry, Poppy, but anyone who wants to raise $750 million have to tell the market. Otherwise, no one's buying it. If they're not telling them, look, we have bonds for sale, no one will buy them, and it defeats the entire purpose. So,
My,
announcing it does not indicate anything about what they're
my,
going to use it for. But
Michael Saylor would disagree. He just puts that shit out on Twitter, man. Hey, I'm buying this, and he does it. So I don't know what's going to go on with that company, but
well,
hey,
that's
I'm guessing.
and that's
I'm guessing it's going Bitcoin.
look, that's the reason I'm being a bit skeptical about this Zynga, which I Zynga or whatever, Greggy, that I'm the way I'm supposed to say it. That I believe um, that I believe is nothing to do with Bitcoin, because Michael Saylor announced that he said we're going to raise money, we're going to buy Bitcoin. Zynga hasn't said anything like that.
Yeah.
So it's operating operating working capital, whatever. So is it called a duck when it's just a story that is like a nothing burger, something like that? I believe it's a duck. It's a duck.
You know, here's what I'm laughing at, man. Is there anything more 2020 than Michael Saylor coming out tomorrow and say, "Listen, I took my private holdings and I converted it to a new company called Zinger." Yeah, I mean, that's where this year is going. At the end of the day, what I'm saying, what are the odds?
A spectacular year, so phenomenal, great year for Bitcoin, amazing year. Back to you. I kind of a little bit cut in there. Back to you.
No, it's interesting. Yeah, it's a great year. It's been a tough 4 years for many of us,
Yeah.
obviously. So I know I wouldn't say you're the full technical analysis guy. You have your views on things. So I saw a chart today. I love to do this. I love to zoom out on what's going on. Um, when I look back I love the ones that do on this date, this actual day in a certain year. Hey, pay attention, motherfucker. I'm watching.
I'm watching you. I'm listening,
Okay.
man. This date, let me
So
tell you, I know even what you're going to say. That's how much I'm, focused and zoomed in on what you're
yeah,
saying. On this
you
day,
probably
3 years ago.
no. There you go. Already messed it up. 2013.
Okay, you
No.
got me.
So 2013. Because I know everyone likes number go up technology. 2013, $936. Okay. And a shout out to all the hodlers that got in and are still here, because they watched that drop to 348, then went to 434, and they waited until 778. Okay. And before we had to jump to 16,000, where I jumped in here in 2017. But here's what's amazing to me. You go down from one high, you have 2 years of lows, you get back to the original price. It's always the price that follows the original that gets to me. So we look at 16,000 down to 3,300. I was there. That was scary.
Did you say
7,200.
16,000 to 3,300? Oh yeah, 30. Okay, yeah, 3,100.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Then we're building back up, and we get back up to the original amount plus a little bit, 19,000. So what I'm saying is the price had more than doubled from 2016 to 17. 2021 is lining up to be something ridiculous, especially when you have game theory applied to it.
Look, 2021. I honestly don't think that. I mean, I'm not saying we can't imagine, because we're talking about price levels and everything but it's gonna be insane. It doesn't mean that there won't be 30% corrections.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that the price can be flat for 2 months, but by the end of 2021, it's mind-blowing. I am turning so much more bullish than I was 2 months ago. And because the price has reacted, it's going up faster than that I anticipated. It's going up faster, which I believe is because of the money printing. Well, not money printing; it's not money because money can store value, but fiat currency printing, right? So the price is going up faster than the last bull run that did a pretty much 20x from the high to the next high. The 30th of November 2013, where the price touched, I think, 1,160 till the 20,000. Roughly a 19-20x. But now the price is going up faster than after the 2016 halving. And I'm pretty sure that, I'm willing to bet. But I think you agree with me, so we don't have a stake on the line here. But I'm willing to bet that this bull run will run definitely minimum as long as the last one, for sure. Last one up till the top in 2017 at $20,000. This one for sure, in my opinion, will last longer than those 18 months. I'm thinking at least 20 months. So if it's going up faster and it's going for longer, then we're looking at highly likely, a little, quick dirty math, at least 400,000 as the top. But the thing is that there is a very I would say increased probability that that it keeps going, because now we're going to go so high, we're going to get very close to the market cap of gold, and it may change a lot of people's perspective. And if more people start doing a Michael Saylor and attacking the dollar, it's game theory. Nobody wants, Apple sitting with 193 billion US dollars just melting away. Is insane. I don't know what they came into this year with fiat currency on the balance sheet wise with, but hey, they printed what, 21% more dollar this year? Not 21% more. 21% of what is in existence has been printed. So more than 25% extra dollar has been printed this year, which means that that $193 billion on their balance sheet is just like losing value. So they're insane. Apple stockholders should sue Apple, and the same goes for all the other companies if they don't start converting to Bitcoin. And that is the kind of domino effect that we want to see, and that's why there's an increased chance that this is the bull run that won't stop.
No, I hear what you're saying. I just saw. I don't get down in the chat too often, but I do see Jack Freckle that writes, everyone who owns BTC wants to shout it out from the rooftops. Companies will be no different. The reason for Zynga to be secretive. And look, on a individual level.
This for 2 seconds. You carried this for 2 seconds.
What's that? I'm sorry. Audio difficulties? Yeah. Oh, here we go. We're back. Here's what I would say. Listen, as an individual, I would like to go out and tell all my friends, understand Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin. It is it's a lifesaver. But for companies, the last thing they want to do is admit that they're buying Bitcoin. They want to scoop that off the table as quietly, silently, and off to the side as they can. Absolutely.
This reminds me. So this is actually a bullish idea. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but when Michael Saylor first bought for $450 million worth of Bitcoin, didn't he wait saying so until after the purchase? Didn't he come out and say, "Hey, we bought 450"? He didn't say that he was going to do it before he did it. He came out afterwards. So that would be the same strategy if Zynga were to do this. But then again, I still got to say, look, Tesla raised $5 billion, and I don't expect Elon Musk
Yeah.
to purchase Bitcoin for Tesla's money, because they're not really a cash hoarding company. They're more of a fast growing company that needs to expand a lot in their capital.
Yeah. So I don't know. Again, man, when you go down this rabbit hole, and that's truly what it is, you're learning about technology, private keys. You're learning about Austrian economics. And now all of a sudden, guess what? Out of nowhere, now you're learning about publicly traded companies versus privately traded companies and the laws there. It's a never ending stream of information when you find
Yeah.
Bitcoin. So I don't know initially. Yes, you're right. I think he came out to admit, not what to admit, but to announce, hey, yeah, we're having Bitcoin. We're getting this much Bitcoin. But at the end of the day, this guy's been buying. He's been buying since the beginning for him. So that's the amazing part. This isn't like someone bought in and it went from 17,000 to 3,000 back up. He's been buying all the way up, which is absolutely astounding. He's buying the entire way up. He believes in it.
Yeah. The dude is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Giga Chat Seller is that's alpha right there. So Greg is saying that Sailor was required to say within 72 hours of the purchases starting, I guess because he's a public company. And for that reason, that was probably, I mean, now I understand why he did all the purchase, why he dollar cost average over, I think it was around, was it 1.5 days or 2 days? Was it 3 days? That's why he wanted to get it all done before he had to announce it. And let's see. I mean, honestly, look, if Zynga is the same, then I think I won't admit defeat in our bet, but I will say you probably are gonna win if Zynga is doing that, because that is just the dominoes are falling too fast. So if that happens, I'll use it as an excuse for myself to come out over and get myself some steak and burns with you and Greggy.
Listen, everyone knows now. I don't care so much about the steak, but everyone knows that you're a bear. I mean, that's all the victory I wanted. You were a bear. It's okay.
And it's just so funny, Puppy, that that calling me a bear comes from someone that owns assets, that owns a car, owns a house, has a 401k. I think it's cute. I think that's very cute.
I listen. At the end of the day, I own many things. I own many assets.
I know.
And you know what? I own you now. I own you right now. I own you. I own this argument.
All right, no, okay, I won't step in it further because I don't want to humiliate you in front of our 21 viewers. Thanks for watching, guys. We love you in the chat. But yeah, I don't want to, really humiliate you any further by highlighting the fact that you're a little bear. But I think it's cute. I think it's super cute. It's look, you're doing the right thing. Because being irresponsible long is irresponsible. Because what if something happens to that asset? So I think, if you got family to think about, you got loved ones, then you're doing the right thing by not putting everything in one basket. Okay, I'll give you that. You're being relatively smart here. I'll give you that.
Well, your first assumption, much like first principle, is that I'm telling you the truth for one. You had no idea what I put into this stuff. I'm plugging it right now to this great show.
Wait, is the matrix glitching, or what are you trying to say?
Oh no, I sold it all except for this room. Everything is sold into Bitcoin.
Yeah, I know.
No, the point is this, man. Everyone has different age levels, risk levels, what they're doing, toxicity levels, I guess. Everyone's got to do what they got to do in life, man. But the fact that most people are here I respect anyone that is here right now.
Me too. Like, honest, anyone watching, I respect anyone who like bother watching us just
Well,
chatter
yeah,
on. That's what you mean. You mean about
yeah.
who is in the Bitcoin space in general? Yeah. And honestly, I just feel so fortunate to be alive, watching one money taking over from the other,
Oh,
noting also that the money is taking over
oh.
now with Bitcoin.
Hey, question for you though, because listen, Lucky, our favorite footballer of all time, who my only dream was to watch him line up with Maradona as an attacking forward. He mentioned, "Hey, when are we going to branch out to Spotify?" Because he wants to hear this kind of stuff, this drivel on a way to practice. So,
Right.
how do we do restream to Spotify?
So Restream, which is I think a great, really fun platform to use for streaming to YouTube.
Yeah.
We can stream this right now live to I think 30 different platforms, but I don't think Spotify. I haven't seen any of the podcast softwares there. If they were, if anyone out there know that, actually, I should ask Brady from Swan. Is he
Yeah.
the one who introduced me to Restream in the first place?
Yeah.
I think this is the best software because we can throw up chats, on the screen. It's just so easy to use. I love the interaction and the ease of use here on Restream. So yeah, if it's maybe I should do some research and see if we can throw it out as a podcast as well, and give some more people a chance to listen to our unpaid product
Yeah.
placements. I'm not going to say that. Anyways, yeah. So when Moon,
What's
Puppy,
that?
when Moon,
Oh,
when
when
20K clean, when
mm.
30K.
So look, everyone's going to shut it down for a bit going in towards New Year's, but I go back to 2017. You jump in, I hear this whole oh my gosh, get ready for Chinese New Year. Everyone goes home and tell their family about it. No, I really think now all the boardrooms across America, they're breaking down for Christmas. I get it. They got a lot to think about. Um, a lot of thinking's going on between January and March. A lot of companies are making hard choices and doing a review of Saylor coming in his initial, buy-in after his first two buy-ins at $11,11 to be precise. They're looking at that and saying, Jesus, he's almost at $20,000. It's coming. So they're reviewing it, I think, through the early spring. It's a matter of getting everyone else on board on that board. But you talk about game theory. Here's what's brilliant about it is everyone's watching every other company. Like we just saw Zynga today. Every company that jumps off and in a certain way announces they're buying Bitcoin without announcing they're buying Bitcoin, guess what? They are forcing the hand of many companies right now. So early spring is going to be when you can pull that bow and arrow so far back, it's so tight, it hits the point it's got to be released. Yeah, I would say by I think February it just goes nuts.
And not by nuts, what's your definition? Are we talking the 30K? Or you're not saying that 20K will not be until February, right? That's not
No,
what you're
no,
saying.
no, no, no. 20, it'll be 20 after New Year's. 20 in January, building to 30K. More and more get it. It's to me is from the 30K to the 60, 70K by summer. Yeah, that's gonna.
60, 70 by summer? Absolutely. I think
Yep.
okay, so here's a thought I just got. As I was talking earlier here, and I mean, you do listen to me, unlike me. So as I was saying just earlier now in this stream, the bull run is steeper than the previous bull run. So if we look at the previous bull run in 16, 17, then Bitcoin at New Year was around 1,000, I think, at the end of 16. And then in 12 months, it went up pretty much 20x. So if you put 20x to now, then we're pretty much talking 400,000 by the end of next year. That's how insane this is. That's the like, and that's without taking into account that this bull run is steeper.
Well, yeah, don't quote me on that. That's your call. I know.
No. So I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm saying, just like my pinned tweet, I'm not saying it's happening. I'm saying if history repeats, that's what would happen, right? Because I don't want to be caught saying something that doesn't come through. I don't like to lose. I like to win only. But that would put Bitcoin end of next year at 400,000, which is actually mind blowing when you think about it.
So let me give a shout out to their Gigi. I love Gigi, man, and his book 21 Lessons You Learn. I think it was like number 2 is you learn about the scarcity of scarcity, which is absolutely true. Until you come to Bitcoin, you don't know what scarcity is, man. You don't understand how scarce this is. And what you have are governments around the world blowing it up. Imagine this, you're blowing something up and then you're trying to fit it into a cup that gets smaller and smaller. Does that make sense?
I mean, what do you mean you're blowing up Bitcoin? What do you mean?
No,
you mean the fiat currency?
No, you're blowing up the world economy. You're blowing up the fiat. You keep printing. Okay? Imagine I'll give you a visual. You've cooked popcorn before, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Notice when it comes out of the top. Now imagine cooking popcorn like that, and then on the side you have a cup that keeps getting smaller and smaller that you got to shove it into. Not only will it not fit.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, people don't understand how scarce it is. They don't get it.
I see what you're saying. So fiat currency has never exploded. Well, not the ones that are alive today, because we have seen the Wehrmacht in Germany before crashed and died. But of the ones we have alive today, and by saying that, of course, I'm saying also that I believe they will be dead sometime during this decade. But of the fiat currencies that are alive today, we've never seen them expand and dilute as fast as right now. And as you're saying, very good point. I like it. They're trying to squeeze it into an even. Sorry, that's going to end up sounding really bad, but they're putting into much fewer coins because now the mining reward has been caught again 50%. So there's so limited coins back, but the printing is happening so fast that this may just turn out to be insanity next year. You know what I mean? This could go absolutely insanity.
No, absolutely. Because after cash reserves, and then you had the bond market, and we'll have to ask Mark about this tomorrow. I don't know what the total amount is on the bond market. And then, I want to talk about, the family houses. Is that what the families that have all this money that they're finally they're realizing the bond market is a bunch of shit. Bond market is shit. Cash is shit.
Yeah, and let me tell you why. I mean, you already know it, but just to share it for everyone, the reason that bonds just really are, as you say, dung, is because it is a claim on fiat. What you get back when you either sell your bonds or wait to maturation is fiat. So if cash is dung, then bonds are dung, dead, useless, worthless, burning. Fiat currency is burning in hell this decade.
Hey, there's a movie from the 80s called Less Than Zero, and that's fiat currency right now. That's what it's worth, less than zero. Bonds are less than zero. Well, bonds are less than zero. Gold is less than zero. That's what people are starting to wake up to. Everything besides Bitcoin is less than zero. No
I
one
like it.
gets.
Interesting take. I'm not sure I would understand what you mean, but I like it. I still like it because it came
It's
from
what.
you, Pubby.
Hey,
And
it's less.
you drop gold bumps. But so the way I'm figuring it right now, right? Imagine the black hole, the monster black hole in the middle of the Milky Way galaxy. What I'm picturing right now is fiat currency is one of those stars that now the closest material to the black hole, and it's just start being pulled out. That
Yeah.
material from the fiat currency is just being pulled out by the gravity of the black hole. It's being sapped up right now as we speak by
Yeah.
guys like Michael Saylor and you and
Yeah.
I and everyone else in the chat are making that happen. And we're watching that fiat currency Death Star basically because it's going to die. I don't know, it's probably the wrong name, but
Yeah.
it's a dead star being dragged into the black hole. It can't resist, even if they inflate it. It's just more mass going in even faster. Like increasing the printing just means it pulls the value into the black hole, the Bitcoin black hole, even faster. It's like quicksand. So right now, you can meme this. I can't meme, but you could meme this. But imagine quicksand. If you move in quicksand, you just go down faster, right? And right now, fiat currency is trying to kick around in the quicksand, and guess where it's going? Down.
Yeah, it's just like our podcast. So listen.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So no. So
But
listen.
we've always been down. So
Always that. Listen. So I put out a man. This tweet. Man, this is a long time ago. This meme. There's a meme, and you can talk to Greg Zaj in that chat room. Plan B, RD, all those guys. PUBLORD.HODL. Tell them to look up the assassination chain. The assassination chain is one of my favorite memes to do. It's a template. But what was hilarious about it was you see the first signal, second and third, and then what was the culprit? The culprit is the sniper in the assassination chain. So the first one's usually cash reserves. Second one is negative yielding bonds. Third thing is stocks. And guess who the sniper is on the watchtower there? Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going to take it all down. Yeah, absolutely. I'll share it again with you, man. It's been a year or two old. These guys are young and learning.
Let me, you know what? So I don't know how much time you have, Puppy. I know you have a back, but let me just, I'm gonna just go. So you did a meme today, and we should start doing this more. And in fact, as I've told you guys already in the chat, we should do a meme only focused toxic happy hour. We kind of spoke about it before, but that was just like getting together and talking. No, but we should start looking at the work that you guys do, and because it's hilarious and it is one of the most powerful weapons in the arsenal. Like the memes are like the nuclear weapon in the superpower army. And I want to just bring one out here. Let me just get it up on my in my other tab. And then I will share the screen. So this, let me just give the intro before people start reading it from the beginning. The intro is that you write Bitcoin Twitter getting ready for weak hand day trader at Stool Presidente to buy back in at all-time high. I love this one. So let me just share screen and Greggy, feel free to use this as inspiration to reach the next level.
Fuck yeah.
All right, he's gonna get me for that. But hey, it's really. Anyways, so back here, I'm just gonna make it focus on the screen. Put a spotlight on it. So that is the text in the top is what I just read. Let me just start it so you guys can read it. This is my pizza hand. Damn, Davey, it's really you.
No, I can't listen. I can't. It's all frozen here. It's good, man.
What do you mean? It's oh. I thought Greg was talking about this. Maybe the screen was dead. I was afraid people didn't see it, but he says I'm dead because he is probably gonna get me for telling
Yeah,
him about how to get inspired to,
that is
lift
good.
up his meme game a little bit. So, but what I don't understand is that that tweet only got that meme only got 53 likes so far. You put it out a couple of hours ago,
Yeah.
but maybe it's because I retweeted it, and when people see that, they will run away screaming from it because okay, it can't be funny then, something like that.
No,
Um,
no. Listen, we need a memer show, but you know what's hard about that is I can name 10 right away, 10 that would be brilliant to be on a show and to get their ideas. Um, so it's tough when you want to have people that come in and create the memes. I will tell you that memes are very powerful. The ones that create memes are brilliant usually. They have a way to consolidate what some people take a novel to write. You can consolidate it down into an image with a few words, a video with 2 words. It's fantastic. And Bitcoin across all genres of Twitter categories they have the best memers in the world. I truly believe that. Absolutely. So I love the fact that we move forward, and guess what? We continue to knock down these walls. We knock down the pillars of what used to be society.
Mr. Gorbachev,
Yet tear down that wall.
tear down this wall.
But guess what? We do it with memes, and then it's like the not really a joke, but walking around Jericho for the Christians. You walk around and you don't know what hit you. You don't know what hit you until it's over. Love
You know
it.
what's funny? So Raul Pal in the chat just
The
realized that you call yourself brilliant. That's pretty funny, actually. That's pretty funny. On that note, because it's so embarrassing, I'll quickly go on to the next one. Look at your face right now. I love it.
no, brilliant.
Corey, so we've all been talking about win 20,000. Corey, he knows it. He says, I got to be honest. I don't know if it's Corey or if it's Bitcoin Cameron that is a known Corey Sock Puppet account. Some people claim. I think it's Corey though. It's going to happen on Thursday because it was written. No, because he wrote it. That's it. It was written and he just wrote it. I take that. I'll take that on Thursday. I think it would be great if we could get that, in the box before Christmas, or whatever you celebrate. Do you have any comments on that? Since you're so quiet, I need to bring this up again, just to get a topic.
Go ahead.
You call yourself, we established that you were a memer before I brought up like a really nice piece of work you did today.
Oh,
And then you said memers were brilliant. So nice. I like it. So was that what happened? You call yourself brilliant?
well, listen, man. If you're not confident in what you're doing, why the hell are you doing it?
I like it. I take that. I'll
No,
take it.
I wasn't taking it like that. More than I was saying that
I know.
you have a certain viewpoint in the world. I started doing memes in August. Yeah, here we are. I just love the fact that people are now having a creative outlet that really wasn't extended before. It was extended in certain regards, but I think in the Bitcoin community, no one ever really thought about it. I remember Googling Bitcoin memes, and you know what you saw? Someone did a Bitcoin in the roller coaster going up or going down. That was it. But man,
Yeah.
the space right now is brilliant.
I
And
mean, yeah.
I'm not honestly, I would rank like the top 20. I wouldn't be there. There's so many brilliant minds
No.
that are doing
Okay.
this stuff.
So let me give you some
Yeah.
credit. Although I'm not sure I can give you as much credit as you did yourself when you called yourself brilliant. I mean,
Yeah.
that was very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. My name is Borat. I am from Kazakhstan. But what I will say is, you are actually. I mean, I can't believe you only started memeing this August, right? And by the way, unless I messed that part up as well about going live, Poppy's Twitter handle is in the show notes below on YouTube, and so is mine if I didn't mess that up either. But
Yeah.
You have really graduated from meme kindergarten this autumn, and I was just wondering if you could give Greg some insights and help him also, get out of there and take it to the first grade. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, but all joking aside,
Yeah.
everything we say here, we're giving each other a hard time. It is just a banter that we're carrying from our DMs into the stream here. So don't think that we mean this. Any of this banter is just the, the shits and giggle. Except when I talk about Greggy, that of course is quite serious. It's a serious problem that he's still in meme kindergarten. I hope he locked off now because it's kind of sad. But so what I'll say to give you some further credit, Poppy, is that you've put together a group of amazing memers, including kind of Greggy, but you, Lapra.HODL, Greggy, RD, Plan Marcus, and others. And I know Princey is even trying. I mean, is working on it. Maybe Greggy can help him out, I would say. But you guys are hilarious, and it's a pleasure to be graphically beaten up in our chat on a regular basis. Every morning I wake up, I'm on the West Coast. It's like 40 messages, really tearing me apart. I haven't had that much fun since college, to be honest. Oh well, maybe my first full-time job. That was a lot of fun. Lot of fun.
Well, yeah, I remember. Like from what you told me earlier, your first job in college. I think you were a janitor or something, and you had to sleep with the headmistress for a room. So I think you did okay.
Let me know when the joke starts and when it ends, Puppy.
Oh,
you are bringing it. I thought you had graduated from kindergarten, but no, I'm kidding, and I'm sorry. It's not fair that I'm giving you such a hard time here. I feel sorry for you. And Greg his comment is nothing. He's gonna kill me. Anyways,
now I got to start running off here. Getting late East Coast time.
Right.
So do you have a good question or two from the chat we can do?
Let's see. Greggy, do you have any questions? Anyone else having questions? Otherwise, I will say before we take any potential question, Drayman, if I can pronounce it correctly, saying Poppy is a boomer with great memes. I'm stuck between being impressed and convinced he has a ghostwriter. That means that's a compliment. If it's that good that he thinks you have a ghostwriter. So what do you have to say to that, Puppy? Do you do your own memes? Or you
listen, if it's not my meme, there's some obvious ones. There's some that are like we'll say oh snap, oh boy, or some of the typical ones you see. But yeah, I found a shortage of memes in the space. They're all mine. And I'll tell you what I'll tell you what, man. Bitcoin, it changes you. That's one of the other first things that you'll hear from Gigi. Well, you'll hear from John Vallis. I love Vallis. Shout out there, because he always asks, "How does it change you?" I'll tell you how it changes, man. It makes you honest. It's honest about who you are, what you can do. It gives you confidence in yourself. So yeah, everything.
Are you talking about meme or Bitcoin? Which one are you talking about?
About everything. Yeah.
Right.
It makes you confident about who you are and what you can do.
Right.
So yeah, I just you know what the hell? Let me start with some memes. I know there's a lot of people in this community I've met that are fantastic for the same reasons.
Right.
Yep. So
yeah, Bitcoin gives a lot of insights about the world and about yourself that maybe you didn't have before. But on that note, there is actually a really interesting question from the chat, and that is RDBDC, one of the 5 great memers that we're hanging out with here. And also, Greggy, you are good. I'll say that you are good.
Just not as good.
At meming. It's good is good, right? It's good. RDBDC is asking, what are you having for lunch today? Was that what we just saw on the screen, or what's going down?
For lunch? No, we're getting ready for dinner. So yeah, dinner time, right? Well, it's almost 5 o'clock here, man. We're going for dinner. Yeah, it's an easy one tonight. Sloppy Joe's. Ground beef, tomato-based sauce, onions, all that, and you put it on a. Oh yeah, it's quite nice. Yesterday would have been a better one because I did some steaks with Caesar salad.
Right.
But anyway,
that's nice. You know what? That's nice. And yeah. All right. So you gotta go. Okay. I know it's getting late there. You got things to do. Thanks a lot for coming on today, Pubby, and taking the heat from me. I appreciate that you took it so well and had no rebuttals to me. That's really nice of you. You make me look good. You know, appreciate that. And also, thanks to all the our viewers, and especially the people in the chat, the toxic army in the chat. We love you guys, and
tomorrow's gonna be great.
You guys make this fun. So thank you very much, and thanks, Pubby. You bring it. I just love doing this with you, and that's why we've spoken for 2 years, and now we just chose to put it online. And the last thing I'll just say is be careful allocating more value to fiat currency than you can afford to lose. It's a built-in policy. It's going to die. You're going to lose everything you have there. That's the policy. So I'm just stating the clear and obvious facts. So careful with that, and not financial advice. Just think about what you're doing. On that note, until the next one, everyone out there, the toxic army, have a good one.
Ciao, Bella.